B'siyata d'ishmaya, learning from Torah Lamed Chet 38 in Likutey Moharan. When Rabbeinu HaKadosh, our holy Rebbe, was printing the book Likutey Moharan, so Rabbi Nachman, his student, went all of the time running to the printer and coming back with the sheets, the papers, showing them and everything, and to Rabbeinu. And when they brought him the cover, to see the cover, Rabbeinu was holding the cover and his hands were shaking. He was so excited. He said, "You don't know how many worlds depends on the cover of that book." What? The cover. Worlds depends, mamash, receiving the life of the cover of the Likutey Moharan. So Rabbeinu is sharing with us from his life experience, because en chacham kebal nisayon. If you don't have the experience, so you cannot teach it. And even if you're going to say those things, they will never going to enter to the hearts of the people that hears you, because they're going to feel. People have a heart, so they can feel. And words that are coming out from the heart are entering to the heart. And if it's not entering to the heart, it shows that they haven't came out from the heart. So this is why we can understand that everything that's written in Likutey Moharan, Rabbeinu lived those Torot, those understandings. He had them. It was part of him. This is why he could share. So Rabbeinu is telling us about that shame that a person have, even if he's so righteous like Rabbeinu HaKadosh was, and even if he's like us, that we have a lot to be ashamed of. So Rabbeinu is telling us that the shame is revealing itself in the beginning inside, and you cannot see it on the face of the person, like that it's written Kista Klima Panai, that the shame is still hidden from the face. Kizota busha, because that busha, he kodem hatshuva, is before of the tshuva. Tshuva is an act. Tshuva is something that you do. You confess, you apologize, you accept on yourself not to do it again. The shame, it's not something that you do. The shame, it's something that you feel. It's something that you go through. And it required to the tshuva. Means you cannot confess if you don't feel ashamed. And if you're going to confess without that feeling of shame, your confession doesn't worth nothing. Because you just said it. It's words that came out from your mouth. You can believe in it, you cannot believe in it, you can mean it, you cannot mean it. Hashem is not buying it if it's not coming from your heart. This is why first of all, before the tshuva, you need to feel that shame. Once I spoke with Rab Aaron Stern, the son of Rab Alter David Chaim Stern, and he asked me, "Have you ever seen Eliyahu Navi?" So I told him, "I think so." So he told me, "Oh, actually for sure you saw Eliyahu Navi, because you made tshuva." You can hear from that every person that woke up in tshuva, it was because that he saw Eliyahu Navi. Eliyahu Navi brought that point, that wake-up call of tshuva into your heart. A heart that made out of stone, if some huge, gigantic, righteous man will not going to touch that stone will never going to start talking. It's a stone, it's a boulder. We had Lev Evan, a stone heart. So we couldn't feel nothing. So that shame that you feel before of doing tshuva, it's something that you received. It's not belongs to you. It's something that you need to have that merit, privilege from heaven, that they're going to like you, that they're going to choose you, that they're going to say, "I want my son, my daughter to do tshuva." And then you're going to feel ashamed of yourself. You're going to feel that you're a disgrace. You're going to feel so wrong. So when you feel so wrong with yourself, so bad, you need to understand what's happening now. Now you're standing in the gates of Teshuva. Take that shame to action. Confess. Use those insultings when you're being rebuked, when your wife tells you things, when your Yetzer Hara show you how low you are, when you find your lackings, when you reveal your weaknesses, when you see that, take that as a compliment from Hashem. Thank God, they chosen me now. Avishai told me a story, you told me that on that Chassid Breslev, an old Chassid Breslev, that he got sick, very, very sick, very, very sick. He was old Chassid Breslev, and suddenly they told him that he's dying, that he's very, very sick, and he was dancing. In the hospital, he was dancing. He's still alive, but when he heard that, he was dancing. They asked him, why are you dancing? He said, Hashem chose me. He said, Hashem chose me. You don't know what's your mission. Sometimes your mission, it's to punch someone in the face. It's your mission. Sometimes, it's your mission. Pinchas ben Elazar HaKohen, he went and he stabbed someone. It can be a mission. It's not that you're allowed to choose a mission like that. Chas v'shalom. We don't have a drop of violence inside of ourselves to go and to do chas v'shalom bad things. We don't know nothing. Like we talked about the revenge. The nekama, it's to Hashem. It's Yom Nekama la Hashem. It's day of revenge to Hashem. Hashem is doing those things. You don't have the permission to do stuff like that. But if something happened through you, you had a mission. You were on a mission. You were on a job. If you banged someone's car, if you scratched someone's car, if you took someone's letters from his post box, mailbox, and I don't know what happened, some accident, you were on a mission. You're a messenger of Hashem. That shame that you feel after doing bad things, it's a mistake. You need to take it into actions. Not to be insulted, not to be hurt, not to be disappointed from yourself. That's arrogant. You need to take it and to do tshuva on that, because it's a privilege to do tshuva. Because if your heart will always going to be strong and you're always going to justify yourself and you're always going to feel right with yourself, you will never going to achieve the purpose. Because the purpose is always to purify yourself more and to get closer to Hashem Yitbarach in another way and to make another step. And before of that tshuva, you need to feel that shame. It's required for your tshuva process to go back to Hashem. You need to feel ashamed. So humble people, they can feel ashamed just by standing in front of Hashem. People like us have to have failures to feel ashamed. We're not able to feel that shame without failures in our life. You can argue, but at least I am like that, for sure. I have to fail to wake up. To understand that I hurt my wife, I can understand it only through her sorrow. Unfortunately, what can I do? If she will smile all day long, I will not going to be sensitive enough to understand that I'm doing something wrong. My tshuva, my point of truth is not that strong to understand all of those things by myself. I'm not able to. If you're a real Breslever Chassid that spends 6, 10, 12 hours of real hitbodedut in the field, not of making up things and wandering and flying and forgetting everything in the field. Talking about real tshuva. Like that Rav Shalom explained to us on his tshuva, he said, your tshuva and my tshuva are two different things. He said, when you, plural, the students that were there in that class, when you're going to the field to do tshuva, you're going and you're walking and you're enjoying the time and you're benachat, bekef, enjoying fun, kafa in the field. He said, my tshuva is a hard job, hard work. He's crying, he's breaking himself to pieces, he's doing the tshuva, real tshuva. So there's a difference between the levels of tshuva. So if a person would be a real Chassid Breslev, really to go to the field every day to look what else he can fix, what else he, Chas Shalom, hurt someone, and he was checking and thinking and concentrating and I don't know what doing, whatever it takes to find another point of truth, alright, you would understand it all by yourself. Great. But when you know that you're very far from that level, and actually even it's not an option in this decade, so this is why you need to be happy that Hashem is keep on communicating with you even that you're not fulfilling your obligations. So Hashem have to insult you once in a while, and to rebuke you once in a while, and to wake you up and shake you up and help you to run, help you to achieve the things that are so important for your purpose, for your tikkun, that you're going to complete yourself. So this is why every time that you find yourself so down, so low, so broken, so empty, so foolish, so embarrassed, take that as a compliment. Hashem chose me. Hashem just gave me an opportunity to progress, even that I'm 100% not worthy. Because He just gave me that thing that was required for me to do tshuva, even that I wasn't purchasing it, I wasn't bringing it, I wasn't taking it, it's not belongs to me. Sometimes that's the shame, that you feel so not worthy, and still Hashem gives you so many good things. It depends in your humility, it depends in who that you are, it depends in how much you need to be insulted, and how much Hashem likes you to bring you, how much He finds you worthy to get closer to Him. Sometimes by those failures you're going to understand that Hashem Yitbarach loves you. I don't know, for me it's very simple. Maybe for you it's hard to understand. How can it be that a person gonna sin and in the same time you're gonna be righteous? For me it's simple to understand. Maybe for you it's hard. Also for David, also for Hashem it's easy to understand, because when David HaMelech sinned, so to speak, and he confessed, he admitted that he was done something wrong, that was the moment that he been crowned as the eternal king of Am Yisrael forever. What? Based on his sin? Based on his mistake? Yeah. Yes. Why? Because when you confess, you bring out the point of truth, that is the thing that's important to Hashem. If you're going to lie the most sophisticated lie, the most charming lie in the world, you're going to still stay a liar. And a liar cannot stand in front of Hashem. But if you're going to say the truth, and it's going to be the worst truth of them all, you're going to confess on your shame, on your mistake, on how much you disgraced Hashem. In that moment, Hashem brought you in front of Him. That's the moment that Hashem hugs you. You are that poor that Hashem Yitbarach is hugging and say, I don't have nothing in my world except of Him. So you see that a person can be in the lowest place of them all, like we're holding now, and still to be so close to Hashem Yitbarach, like we're holding now. If I can talk to Hashem Yitbarach in a way that I can feel Hashem's presence, so what should I hope for to have more in life than that? If I can focus in my Bodedut and to feel that the Creator of the world is with me, what should I ask for to have more in life? Nothing. David HaMelech is saying that he wants to be close to Hashem, that he wish always just to see Hashem. That's his will. And when you focus in Hashem Yitbarach, you can see that it's all Hashem. You can see Hashem. V'ar'et ha'elokim, I can see God. Yechezkel HaNavi is saying, I can see God. And if you would just know how many people believe in us, and how many people depends in us, and how many people from different religions depends on us, and they love us, and they appreciate us, we ourselves, we fail to think that everyone hates us, that all of the nations are against us. If you would know how many people admires us, appreciates our effort, how much they want us to succeed, how much they're praying for us, for the good, for Am Yisrael, you would be shocked. That's the love of Hashem Yitbarach. And we are receiving a lot of support and a lot of love and a lot of chizuk from people outside that they watch our classes, that they come to visit in Eretz Israel. They want also to go to the Western Wall, and they're praying for the benefit of Am Yisrael. You think it doesn't count? It counts. Because Hashem Yitbarach, He hears a prayer that comes out from every mouth. And if those prayers, I was in Greece. I went to Greece to a vacation with my family. We went in Greece. We're walking in a store, in a supermarket in Greece. When we were there, we're standing and to pay. A woman comes to us. She looks at us and she's saying, "Are you Jewish?" We said, "Yes." "Are you from Eretz Israel? From the land of Israel?" "Yes." And she started to bless us. I don't know if it was, maybe, I don't know, for 3, 4, 5 minutes. And she's just blessing. "God bless you. And you're going to have this and that. And we're praying for you. And she's mentioning the name of the priest, I don't know, that teaches them. When he's talking, you don't know how much and I visited Eretz Israel and I was there. And we just came to buy some toys. What else can we do?" So, thank God, we took out the Emuna business card. Told her, "Yes, you can watch our classes, no problem here." Whatever you need. And it's in the hearts of the honest people. It's not something that we should make. It's not something that we should do. All of what that we're talking all of the time about revealing the kindness of Hashem Yitbarach, it's not something that you should make. You need to reveal it. It's already exists. Hashem Yitbarach, He loves you. Hashem Yitbarach wants to help you. The help is available. Hashem wants to give you. You just need to reveal it. How are you going to reveal it? When you're going to reveal it inside of yourself that you also a believer, that you're also a good person, that you're also a righteous man, that inside of you there is a holy soul that wants to do only good. That is what that you're going to understand when you're going to complete your Teshuva. That you are already righteous. That you were righteous even when you were sinning. Just you couldn't stop yourself. Just you couldn't hold yourself. Just you couldn't control yourself. But the truth is that you never wanted to sin. That you never wanted to hurt no one. That you never thought even about hurting someone. Just Yetzirah was playing and messing with your brain and pushing you to do bad things out of fear, out of anger, out of stress. But you, when you're going to find who that you are, you're going to see the most beautiful person you ever saw in your life. You're going to be amazed from your beauty, from the grace that you have as a soul, for how great you are, how amazing you are, how beautiful you are, how charming you are, how talented you are, how strong, how powerful you are. Me? Yes, you. Especially you. With your life experience, and with all of what that you went through, and with your family, and with your friends, and in that spot, exactly. And you can live in Jerusalem, you can live in Efrat, you can live in Vancouver, you can live in Thailand. It doesn't matter. There are sparks. You want to say that the holy tribes of Am Yisrael, that they went down to Egypt, something was wrong with them, they were wrong. No. They were bringing sparks that fell to Egypt to Eretz Israel. So now you're in New York, now you're in New Jersey. Okay, no problem. There are sparks over there. Focus in your life purpose and bring those sparks to Eretz Israel. If you're able to take your suitcase, your backpack and walk with it to Eretz Israel, great. If not, there are a lot of other ways that you can connect yourself to Eretz Israel. By helping the people that are in Eretz Israel, supporting, like Rabbeinu brings that Torah on tzedakah, that when you give charity to Eretz Israel, you become to be part of Eretz Israel. Because Eretz Israel, it's Eretz Ochelet Yoshvea, and there's a complete Torah on that we learned already. And there are more things, because you can support Eretz Israel in a lot of ways. By being positive on living in Eretz Israel, by being supportive to help other people to make Aliyah and to come to live in Eretz Israel, by helping people that wants to visit, by coming to visit, by pray on the people that lives in Eretz Israel, by not arguing and justifying yourself on sitting somewhere abroad, and just admit that you don't have the powers to go to live in Eretz Israel. By that you're giving us powers. By that you're supporting Eretz Israel, and you included yourself in Eretz Israel and in the holy people that lives in Eretz Israel. And like that the prophet is saying that Anotar b'Yerushalayim kadosh ya'amer lo, that the one that's going to stay in Jerusalem, he's going to be called holy. He's going to be called holy, and no one else is going to be called holy. Because the people that lives in Eretz Israel, it's people that it likes that they have God. And people that don't live in Eretz Israel, it like that they don't have God. And you cannot argue with the Mishnah. You cannot argue with Chachmei Gemara, with the wise people from the generation of the Gemara. You cannot argue with them. The one that lives in Eretz Israel, domeh kemi sheyesh lo Eloka. He seems like a person that's got God. He's got fear from heaven. He wants to love Hashem. He always wants to get closer to Hashem. He's got that will, flames of holy fire inside of him. And if you live outside of Eretz Israel, you can feel that you serve Hashem. You can think, but Chachmei Mishnah, they think different from you. They're saying that you look like a person that doesn't have God. Domeh kemi she'en lo Eloka. It's frightening, right? It is. So what are you going to do with it? You need to do tshuva. You need to confess. You need to feel ashamed of yourself that you don't live in a holy land. You need to feel ashamed. At least admit, something is wrong with me. I still don't have the merit to cross that distance and to put my footsteps in Eretz Israel and to rent a place in Jerusalem. I'm still afraid to do it financially. I still don't know how to do it. I don't desire that enough. I don't have the merit to live in the Holy Land. And if you're going to keep on lying to yourself like it's okay to live in Arizona, like it's wonderful to live and to go to some weird places and to plant yourself over there, you're holding yourself back from the merit to do tshuva. Because before of the tshuva, the shame is required. First of all, you need to be ashamed of yourself. First of all, you need to say to yourself, what I'm going to do when Mashiach going to come. First of all, you're going to fix all of Eretz Israel, and you're going to win all of the wars, and you're going to build Beis HaMikdash. And only after that, Mashiach going to go and bring back the ones that stayed outside of Eretz Israel. Only then. It's going to be such a disgrace for the person to come to Eretz Israel after that we're already sacrificing all of the wonderful sacrifices. And like the Midrash is saying that all of the people that lived in Eretz Israel in the time that Mashiach came, they're going to receive wings from heaven. And they're going to have the ability to fly, to learn Torah in heaven with the righteous people that already passed away, and to come back to this world. And when the people, the Jewish people that came to Eretz Israel after Mashiach came, means that they lived in a foreign land during the time of the redemption, they're going to come and they're going to ask, alright, great, where can I receive those wonderful wings? So the answer is going to be, you cannot have them. we're sorry. That's a midrash. It's not me making up stories. It's a midrash. Sorry, you cannot have your wings. Why? Because you chose to live in a different land, in a physical land and not in a spiritual land. This is why also today, after the redemption, you cannot become spiritual. And you're going to have to stay physical, walking on your legs. And you cannot fly with us to learn Torah. But if you want, we're going to tell you everything we heard. And we're going to be distributors, mefitzim. Even in those days, we're going to have them married to teach them the Torah that we heard from heaven. No one wants to stand in those embarrassments. No one wants to, and the only thing that stops you is a point of truth. Just admit that the Torah is right, that the righteous people are right, and then that you might be wrong. You don't need to change anything. You just need to admit, to say, I'm sorry, I was wrong. Like we said, that shame, it's the only thing that requires that you're going to complete your tshuva. And when you're going to feel that shame, then Hashem going to help you to complete your tshuva. And then you're going to start to confess, and you're going to start to pray on Eretz Yisrael and say, Hashem, please give me the merit. I want to cross that distance. I want also to go and to climb Har HaBayit and to live in Jerusalem and to be there and to learn Torah. Ki mitzion tetzeh Torah, and on and on. All of the wonderful things are going to come. But what that you should do and that you can do is to open yourself up a little bit, to accept the insultings and the shames and the rebukes that Hashem Yitbarach is rebuking you. To listen to the voice that Hashem Yitbarach that is calling you to accept what that He have to tell you. And if you're just going to do that, you're just going to accept His words, you're just going to listen to His voice, to listen to what that He tells you, immediately it's going to bring you to the next step, into the next step, into the next step, to a wonderful future. Thank you very much. Chazak u'baruch.